I know the snow can be deceiving, but in 5 short months, we're going to be planting in this exact spot. And by midsummer, this will be a beautiful, luscious green garden. And if you don't plant a garden because you think you don't have enough space or enough funds, I promise you do. This garden is 1,250 square feet. But I have a lot of walking paths and a little common area in the front that I don't necessarily need. So if I had to, I could definitely squeeze this garden into 1,000 square foot space. Now, to put that into perspective for you, a quarter of an acre is 10,890 square feet. So this whole garden is only less than 1/10 of that. So if you live on a quarter of an acre or less, this garden is possible for you. And it provided all of the food that you see here inside of these jars, as well as food that you don't see that I have frozen. So now that you know this is possible for you, let's talk money because that's another big concern. In order to get the garden established, you will need some sort of rototiller. I know that a lot of hardware stores do rent them out. However, I don't know the price on that because we do have our own, but it is definitely not necessary to buy your own. Or you can go the raised bed route. This is my garlic raised bed, and as you can see, this is old wood that we just had laying around our property that I used. This raised bed cost me $0. And you can check Facebook Marketplace or people that you know to see if they're getting rid of old wood and just use that for your raised beds. So right there, you eliminated your rototiller costs and any lumber costs. If you want to do arches like you see here, this arch cost me $30. I got it from a local feed and farm store, and it's just a 16-foot cattle panel. And you can have this arch even if you have raised beds. That fence you see in the background cost me $56 on Amazon, and I use it every year. It may not be necessary for you, but I have dogs and chickens and all sorts of wildlife around, so I like to have mine up to keep my garden safe. For seeds, last year I spent $103 on organic seeds. However, I have enough left over to plant this year as well, so really I only spent $51.50. Now your soil might be the most expensive part. I'm thankful that we do have beef cattle, so I get all of my own organic compost from right here on our homestead. If you plan to put your garden right in the ground, you won't have to buy a lot of soil, but I do recommend having some, even if it's just you putting a cup of that soil in the hole right before you plant your seed. It will just add that extra nutrition for your plant. If you plan to do raised beds, obviously you're going to need a little more soil than that. And when searching for soil, I recommend getting an organic cow manure compost. And so that's not one big cost all at once. There's nothing that says you can't start buying bags right now. Buy 1 or 2 a week and you'll have more than enough when it's time to plant your garden. Let me know if you have any questions about the whole process of starting a garden. I can't recommend it enough because the only way to truly know what we're eating is if we grow it ourselves.